What's up everybody, welcome to another camera comparison video. Today I have this Vivo X70 Pro Plus and iPhone 13 Pro. Yeah, I think most of my subscribers have requested for this video, so the camera comparison video is here. I really don't like to show that I have the smartphones and this and that because I always do camera comparison videos, but I know there are a lot of people who are making fake camera comparison videos. Whenever you find fake camera comparison videos, please don't forget to report those and please support honest content. Well, iPhone 13 Pro stock camera have this option. You can change your photographic style based on your preference. There is standard, rich contrast, vibrant, warm, and cool. These aren't any filters. These are actually baked into stock camera algorithm. To keep things easy and fair, I have chosen that standard photographic style. Well, before we start the camera comparison video, a few moments for the sponsor of this video, Bokeh. They have sent me this Bokeh Screen Bar Plus. Okay, this one is the Bokeh Screen Bar Plus and I like this one for a reason. This Bokeh Screen Bar Plus comes with this auto dimmer option. Look at this. There is a sensor and it can automatically adjust the hue, the brightness depending on ambient light. Sometimes I turn on the overhead lamp and it gets automatically adjusted. I will leave the link in the description box below if you're interested. Go ahead, check that. Well, it's time to start our camera comparison video. What's up everybody, welcome to another camera comparison video. Today I have this iPhone 13 Pro and this Vivo X70 Pro Plus. Yeah, on iPhone 13 Pro we have this cinematic video option even on the front camera. Isn't it crazy? It works crazily good. I'm in love with this one. Well, you check carefully which smartphone microphone is working better, which smartphone has rendered my skin tone correctly, which smartphone has rendered colors correctly. I think yeah, it definitely looks better on iPhone 13 Pro. Well, one request, if you end up liking this video, then please don't forget to click on the like button and please subscribe to this channel. Alright, time to start our camera comparison, and one thing I need to mention, don't get hurt or don't feel happy so easily. This is going to be a long journey on a roller coaster. Even if Vivo X70 Pro Plus comes with Zeiss T-Star coated lens, under awfully harsh lighting condition, iPhone 13 Pro did better. Is it? Not really. Actually, sometimes Vivo X70 Pro Plus did better and sometimes iPhone 13 Pro did better. When the sun is in a corner, Vivo algorithm fails, and when the sun is directly hitting the lens, Vivo can identify and maintain better exposure. Well, no matter whether a photo is taken with the ultra-wide or with the main sensor, iPhone has continuously added artificial color tone. Contrast is a bit higher than usual, definitely highlights and exposure is better than Vivo X70 Pro Plus. Actually, Vivo X70 Pro Plus has managed to render colors with perfection. I mean, the photos on the right represents reality. Colors, white balance and tonal contrast is perfect on Vivo X70 Pro Plus. The photos on the right perfectly portrays the moments when I have taken the photos. Sky color, clouds, colors of the trees and the structures all are true to life. On the other hand, iPhone 13 Pro, yeah, I know most of the people would love these photos. Artificially enhanced color grading, a bit high contrast, and way too much synthetic processing. The photos on the left are the perfect example of eye-pleasing photos ready to get uploaded on social media. Okay, in terms of details, textures, shadows, and sharpness, both of these two smartphones, I mean iPhone 13 Pro and Vivo X70 Pro Plus, has done better than any other smartphones. Both fought neck and neck, but in ultra-wide photos, iPhone 13 Pro is a bit better, and in main sensor photos, Vivo X70 Pro Plus is slightly ahead. Dynamic range is similar, but once again, In some photos iPhone 13 Pro and in some photos Vivo X70 Pro Plus has done better. Very inconclusive results. It is very hard to judge, but after checking hundreds of photos taken in different lighting conditions, yes, iPhone 13 Pro has wider dynamic range and slightly better exposure. This is not even surprising for me, cause we all know Apple can extract the best out of their hardware. iPhone 13 Pro cannot go beyond 15x zoom. It has a 3x telephoto lens and anything beyond 3x requires heavy digital crop-in. On the other hand, Vivo X70 Pro Plus comes with two telephoto lenses, one for 2x and another for 5x optical zoom. We can go up to 60x on Vivo X70 Pro Plus, but anything beyond 20x is truly unusable. At 15x, it's really tricky. Sometimes Apple has managed to get the same performance as Vivo X70 Pro Plus. Wait, that requires a tripod. I mean, when we put both the smartphones on a tripod, iPhone 13 Pro 15x zoom photos are comparable or almost equivalent to Vivo X70 Pro Plus. But once we take both the smartphones in hand, yeah, Vivo shows its caliber. Check these photos. If you still have any confusion, let us crop in. Do you see the differences? Once we try to take photos of human subject, I mean at 15x zoom level, even if we put iPhone 13 Pro on a tripod, it fails to grab enough details. I'm not going to waste a lot of words by describing the differences, cause I believe the differences are truly visible at a glance. Yeah, this set of photos shows the overall performance of these two smartphones in indoor low light environment. I cannot disagree, Apple has developed one of the best low light camera performance. But Vivo with its new V1 ISP Zeiss T-Star coated lens does perform better than iPhone 13 Pro. As Vivo X70 Pro Plus has a 5x periscope lens, it can bring the subject closer, and this one also performs better than iPhone 13 Pro's 3x optical zoom. More details, better shadows, better exposure and better contrast. Yeah, I think it's hard to disagree. Vivo X70 Pro Plus 5x zoom is way better than iPhone 13 Pro's 3x zoom in indoor low light photos. This is a 15x zoom photo handheld and the result is amazing for Vivo X70 Pro Plus, while iPhone 13 Pro continued to struggle. Even if Vivo has managed to generate almost perfect zoom photos in indoor environment, sometimes there is this awful white balance that hurts. I am not a regular user of macro mode, but both can take amazing macro photos. iPhone 13 Pro can go closer to the subject, usually gets more details with sharp textures, while Vivo keeps it simple and managed to render perfectly correct colors. Indoor photos are highly subjective. Yeah, based on your personal feelings, taste or preference, you can go with any of these two and you will never feel disappointed. iPhone 13 Pro and Vivo X70 Pro Plus both are super flagships and gets enormous details. Textures are well processed, exposure, brightness and contrast are almost perfect. But there are three things that creates the real difference. I mean the differences in indoor artificial light photos. Saturation and white balance. Yeah, once again, iPhone 13 Pro continuously saturates all the photos, artificially processed with eye-pleasing color tone, while Vivo X70 Pro Plus has done the same with white balance. I mean, a bit too warm beside this iPhone 13 Pro. iPhone 13 Pro really surprised me. Amazingly well balanced tonal contrast with very good brightness. Sometimes the photos are well above my expectations. While I'm a bit disappointed with Vivo X70 Pro Plus. Yes, a Vivo X70 Pro Plus certainly has better highlights and midtones. Exposure is also better in harsh lighting conditions. But sometimes colors are way too pale. Of course, iPhone 13 Pro sometimes also oversaturated the colors, which makes the difference more extreme. In terms of details and textures, it is really a difficult task to decide which one is better. Both performs with consistency and far better than the other competitors. But sometimes in harsh conditions, shadow detail and texture processing is slightly better on Vivo X70 Pro Plus. Other than that, most of the differences between these two smartphones are preferential. iPhone 13 Pro comes with a 3x telephoto lens, which in reality has a FOV equivalent to 3.2x of other smartphones. I had to constantly move forward and backward to keep Samara and Jennifer in the frame while taking these portrait photos. Yeah, Vivo X70 Pro Plus has a 2x telephoto lens, and that's the dedicated lens for portrait photos. Of course, you can take portrait photos with the main sensor of these smartphones, but that's not recommended. Too much skin smoothing and skin fairness, saturated colors and high midtones. You are right. I am talking about iPhone 13 Pro bokeh photos. Vivo definitely has more details, sharper textures and better skin tone. Of course, color rendition and contrast is better on Vivo X70 Pro Plus. Edge detection, edge cutouts, separation line blend, everything seems similar, but Vivo with soft creamy bokeh effect looks better. As I always say, a lot depends on personal preferences. Both of the models, Samara and Jennifer, prefers iPhone for bokeh photos, while I would go with Vivo X70 Pro Plus. Okay, we have checked bokeh photos of human subject, but what about main sensor human subject photos? Let's check some photos of Samara and Jennifer. Straight to the point, I don't like the photos of iPhone 13 Pro. Samara and Jennifer doesn't have that type of skin tone, too much skin smoothing and skin fairness beauty effect, less details on the subject and occasionally bizarre color rendition. Is it due to customizable processing? If you forgot or missed, I have selected standard camera processing in iPhone camera app. Vivo X70 Pro Plus, yes, it is a bit saturated for sure, but with that warmer tone and slight saturation gives the photos more natural vibe. Reflection of sunlight on the face, a bit of synthetic processing, most of the photographers would love to have such result. That's crazy. Hair color of Jennifer is totally wrong on iPhone 13 Pro. When we were checking these photos together, she was like crying, I don't have that type of hair color. Yeah, that's awful. I cannot say for you. I don't know what you prefer. Maybe you'd prefer iPhone 13 Pro like the models, but I am going to give Vivo X70 Pro Plus another point for better human photography, cause I always prefer more details. Both of these two smartphones can record amazing videos in 4K, even in a rainy day. There is enough details with good dynamic range. And on top of that, you can swiftly change between all the lenses on both the iPhone 13 Pro and Vivo X70 Pro Plus. Yes, performance and quality varies between the lenses. I really like the swiftness and versatility of Vivo X70 Pro Plus. Okay, these two video clips were recorded under bright sunlight. I have tried to shake the smartphones, wave the smartphones. I have tried almost everything to test stabilization. It's autumn here and iPhone 13 Pro actually has artificially processed the colors. Exposure and dynamic range, yeah, once again, it is slightly better on iPhone 13 Pro. Vivo X70 Pro Plus has done pretty well, but no, it's not really better than iPhone 13 Pro in video recording. I will leave this 1 minute long footage for you. Check and decide whether you agree with me or not. Well, it's time for selfie photos and selfie portraits. As usual, I'm not going to describe the differences between these two smartphones, I mean selfie photos and selfie portraits. There is an international smartphone giveaway going on for the subscribers of this channel. If you are subscribed to this channel, then you may already know. What you have to do to join giveaway is to make a comment describing which smartphone did better in selfie photos and selfie portraits. Well, I wish you all good luck, check carefully and make a descriptive comment. But please don't spam. I have my own way to check night mode photos. Most of my subscribers and regular viewers, they know about this. DENS, details, exposure, noise and shadows. But today here we have another factor differentiating the quality of the photos. That's Zeiss T-star coating. Yeah, lens flares. Zeiss have been spending millions to get perfect lens flares, and I think Vivo X70 Pro Plus got the best performance under harsh direct light hitting the lens. I have never expected to see a huge difference in camera performance at night. I mean night mode photos. I was excited to see how they perform side by side. Actually, night mode performance of these two are somewhat similar. Yes, occasionally Vivo X70 Pro Plus is better than iPhone 13 Pro, and sometimes iPhone 13 Pro did better. After checking a lot of night mode photos, I have found Vivo X70 Pro Plus has slightly more details and textures than iPhone 13 Pro. It looks sharper and exposure management is a bit better too. Yes, a lot depends on how you like your photos. Some people would argue if night mode photos are not bright enough, if it's not visible, then why we need night mode? But after I have checked 4 factors that defines a good night mode photo, I believe in this comparison, Vivo X70 Pro Plus marginally won the main sensor night mode battle with more details, balanced exposure, low noise. Of course, shadows are far better. What do you think? Which one is better? I have tried to take night mode photos with ultra-wide lens. In general, iPhone 13 Pro did better in exposure and color grading. White balance actually jumps back and forth, but I am surprised to see how iPhone has managed to maintain correct exposure with correct contrast. Yes, both of these two smartphones comes with telephoto lens. A Vivo X70 Pro Plus has multiple telephoto lens, but I have tried to take these photos at 5x. No, iPhone 13 Pro doesn't have any telephoto lens for 5x, but fought well with that 5x periscope lens of Vivo X70 Pro Plus. Okay, it's time for verdict, and I think it's very difficult to say which one is the winner. because in some photos iPhone 13 Pro is clearly ahead, in some photos Vivo X70 Pro Plus is clearly ahead, but in videography, yeah, for sure iPhone 13 Pro is ahead. I know I didn't do that cinematic videography with this iPhone 13 Pro cause actually Vivo X70 Pro Plus cannot do that type of bokeh effect on video. I mean, it doesn't have that cinematic portrait effect on videos. So comparing that to iPhone 13 Pro is waste of time. Well, my winner at this moment is iPhone 13 Pro. I don't know about you. Well, make a comment and you let me know which one is your winner. Also, if you have liked this video, then please don't forget to click on the like button and subscribe to this channel.